Class 12वीं Subject Physics. Topic Faraday's Experiment. Experiment first. When the strength of the magnetic field is varied, consider two coils P and S, primary secondary, wound on a iron rod, a battery and a tapping key K connect to the coil P, while the sensitive galvanometer is connected to the coil S. By Faraday observed that the deflection is produced in the galvanometer when the tapping key is pressed. When the tapping key is pressed, the deflection is again produced, but the direction of the deflection is opposite. The galvanometer does not show any deflection when the tapping key is kept pressed. Explanation: when the current is flow through the coil P, the magnetic field is produced along the axis of the coil. Since the coil S is wound on the same iron rod, magnetic flux gets linked with the coils also. When the tapping key is pressed, the current through coil P starts growing, and it leads to growing the magnetic field through the coil S. As the magnetic flux linked with the secondary coil S is changing or increased, induced current is produced. On the other hand, when the key is released, the current through the coil P start decay. It results in decay magnetic field through the coil S, that is, the magnetic flux linked with the coil S again start changing or decreasing. Due to this, induced current is produced in the coil. Since the magnetic field is growing to flow the current, and hence the deflection of the galvanometer is in opposite direction. When tapping key is pressed, the current in the coil P becomes steady, and magnetic flux linked with the coil S also become steady. The induced current is produced only when the magnetic flux linked with coil changes. The galvanometer does not show any deflection when tapping key is kept pressed.
The galvanometer shows zero reading when the motion of the magnet stops. This proves that as long as the magnet keeps moving, current flows in the solenoid. If the magnet is moved away from the solenoid, current flows in opposite direction in the solenoid. Thus, the galvanometer deflects towards the left. The deflection increases if the magnet is moved away with greater velocity. If the polarity of the magnet is reversed and the magnet is brought close to the solenoid, then current flows in an opposite direction. The galvanometer accordingly turns towards the left. Faraday observed that current flows in the coil only when there is a relative motion between the coil and the magnet. The direction of deflection in the galvanometer is reversed if the direction of motion is reversed.
Experiment number 2. When the source of the magnetic field is moved towards or away from the coils, consider a coil P primary is wound on the iron rod and connected to the battery. The steady current flowing through the coil will produce a steady magnetic field along its. In the circuit is placed in the line which the coil primary P. The Faraday observed that the deflection is produced in galvanometer when the coils P is moved towards the coil S. If the coils P is moved away, galvanometer show deflection again, but this time deflection is opposite. Galvanometer show deflection only when coil P is moved towards or away from the coil S.
We will hold the second coil nearer to the first coil. More specifically to say, hold the second coil under influence of magnetic field of first coil. Now, we can observe that there is no voltage appeared across the second coil. There will be no deflection in the pointer of the galvanometer. Although at that condition, there is magnetic flux linkage in the second coil from first coil, but no voltage induced in the second coil. Now, we move the second coil inside the influence of magnetic field of first coil. Now, we can observe that during movement of the second coil, the pointer of the galvanometer deflects. This indicates that some voltage has been induced across the second coil while the second coil was moving. Now, let us move the first coil keeping the second coil stationary at its place. In that case also, we will observe that there is a voltage induced across the second coil. In this case also, the pointer of the galvanometer deflects. In first case, there was a flux linkage in the second coil from first coil, but no voltage induced in the second coil. In the second and third cases, there was still flux linkage in the second coil from first coil, but the flux linkage was changing due to movement of coils. So we can now conclude, whenever a coil or any other conductor comes under influence of changing magnetic flux, there is a voltage induced in it. The voltage induced due movement of the conductor or magnetic field is called dynamically induced voltage. We can create the same condition without any movement of either of the coils. In that case, we have to apply an alternating voltage across the first coil. This produces a changing flux. This changing flux will link the second coil, and for some reason there will be an induced voltage across the second coil. In that case, both conductor and magnetic field are physically stationary. The induced voltage in this case is called statically induced voltage. In all events, when there is a changing flux linkage, a voltage is induced. This phenomena was first observed by Michael Faraday, and he stated as a law called Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's first law says,
Explanation. When a steady current is passed through the coil P wound on a iron rod become electromagnet. Magnetic field linked rod near the pole of the magnet. Magnetic flux linked with the coil S grows when coil P moved towards the coil S and decay when it moved away from it. Since due to the motion of coil P towards or away from the coils, magnetic flux linked with coil S changes. Galvanometer show deflection due to the induced current flow in the coil S, secondary coil. If the coil P is kept stationary, magnetic flux linked with coil S remains same. Galvanometer does not show deflection. Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. First, whenever magnetic flux is linked with a circuit, the induced EMF is produced. Second, in the induced EMF lasts as long as change in the magnetic flux continues. Third, magnitude of the induced EMF is directly proportional to rate of change of magnetic flux linked with the circuit. Let phi1 and phi2 is the magnetic flux be the value of the magnetic flux linked with the coils initially when t is equal to 0 and t is equal to t respectively. Then rate of change of magnetic flux is equal to phi2 minus phi1 divided by time t. If E is the induced EMF produced, then in SI system, induced EMF E is measured in volt, where phi is the magnetic flux, unit is Weber, and its time t second. So E is equal to d phi upon dt.